Well, folks, it's the end of March, and tomorrow, which is Sunday, we're heading to Greenbo Lake State Resort to do some camping. As long as the campground stays open, we'll see. Right now, it's open, but it's one of those times of we're going to Greenbo because it's the shakeout trip to make sure everything works, that the plumbing stayed intact during the winter, all that kind of stuff, just to make sure everything works to get ready for the rest of the season. On top of that, with this pandemic, the wife and granddaughter have been in the house for 3 weeks, and they could use a change of scenery. They could use a little outside. So we're going to go. We're more than able to social distance where our campsite is, so it won't be an issue. We'll just hang out with each other and enjoy the outside. So that's the plan. It is. Well, as long as the state park stays open. We're there 7 nights, unless the governor deems it necessary to go ahead and close the state parks. I know that the coronavirus is getting serious. We've got cases here in our county, so it's getting pretty bad. But we're going to socially distance, and we're going to just take care of ourselves emotionally and mentally, and have a good time, and maybe camp all 7 nights if it doesn't come down when the governor has to close the park. We'll see what happens. So anyway, there you go, and we'll take you with us so you can enjoy it too. Thanks. Okay, well, first camping trip of the year. Trees still bare, but it's about 75 degrees or 80 degrees right now. I'd have to check. It's pretty warm. There we are set up. Had a little boom a few minutes ago. Come out and looked, and well, across the street from us had a rather good sized pine tree decide it was going to ground and crashed. So but it's really windy. We're having gusts like 40 miles an hour. So you can see the chairs are blown over, the tables blew over. So I've had to stop setting up the outside until this calms down, which it's supposed to do this afternoon. So then we'll finish getting set up. Yes, baby.
Look at this.
Look at all these beautiful chalk drawings. Yeah, we've had dinner. We had hot dogs, quick and easy this evening because this was set up day. We still not set up all the way, as you can see, because the wind is still like blowing gusts up to 40 miles an hour. That's supposed to calm down, and then we'll put the new gazebo up and put the picnic table in it. I think is what we're going to do. There's the boss over there resting, and Emmy and I are over here drawing. All this is Emmy's artwork, except just the horsey, which is in the flower, and the creepy Santa Claus. Those are Shelley's. All right. Okay, Emmy's playing with some bubbles here. She loves bubbles, and we've got the fire started, so we'll have a good fire here in a little bit. We put our jackets on because it's gone from 75 degrees to into the 60s. So as the sun goes down, beautiful sunset over there, and so we're getting the fire fired up, and I've got a Cuban that probably once Emily lays down, I'll sit out here with a adult beverage and a Cuban, and think about the problems of the world. Yep, that's the plan. Okay, well, it's Monday, and things are still a little windy. You probably can hear that, but it's about 6 o'clock in the evening. We've had dinner. We did smash burgers on the Blackstone, and we got the gazebo up, the gazelle. It is very nice, and the camper needs a bath, but it was too wet to try to wash it, so we didn't. We had trouble getting it out, even with it, even without taking the hose to it because of a big storm Saturday night. So anyway, so now we're sitting here and somebody's doing chalk art, as you can see, or sidewalk chalk. And somebody is in there reading because the panels that go on the side of that, as you can see, block the sun and the wind, and the wind's a little cool, so she likes that. So all is well. There you go. Better look at the Blackstone setup and the Gazelle gazebo. All right, there we go. And Emmy Suo. Yeah, she's got a little bit of sidewalk chalk. Well, it's Tuesday morning. I'm getting ready to go in and deliver Meals on Wheels and then come back out. It's about 46 degrees and overcast. Supposed to be some showers coming in. The plan today is when I get back, we're going to do breakfast for dinner and then probably put a heater in the gazebo, sit in there and eat and just seclude ourselves. This has been a good trip so far for Emily and the rest of us, especially for Emily to get out of the house and still yet stay safe and sort of quarantined. So I'll give you a view of how we're set up to be prepared for the rain until I get back from work. So here we go. Okay, here's a view of the campsite. That's the gazebo set up. You can see you've got table and chairs in there. Actually, I've got a bug light in there right now. When we were playing around yesterday, we let a couple mosquitoes in, so I took care of that during the night. Let that run. Got the table and the Blackstone covered up. Of course, there's the glow, the lit up bucket in the fireplace. So anyway, the flag is up, as you can see. We're not going to put the rug out because we got this nice gravel spot here that's sort of a waste of time. That you can see it's quiet this morning. There's probably not 15 campers here right now. This one, the one down there, there's nobody at that one. It's parked. And then up here, there might be another 10, maybe 12. So it's a light camping. You can see the yellow tape around the campground. The campground is closed off, or the playground. The playground is closed off. We're not supposed to use the showers facilities. Some people are. They just have to. Their great tanks might be full after a few days of camping. But I think that's okay as long as you're in there one at a time. So that's what it looks like here. You can see it's a overcast day. Pretty cool. So there you have it. That's Greenbo, Tuesday morning, 31st of March, 2020. This is the place to hide during the pandemic. All right, well, we're back at the campground. Another day done, all the meals delivered. So now I'm trying a little something. I borrowed a heater from Philip, one of the fine men I work with, and I'm in the gazebo. It's about 48 degrees and rainy out. You can probably hear that. I'll show you here in a second. I'll flip it around. And I've got this heater, the propane heater, inside the gazebo, and I will give you a look at that, see what you think. All right, it's starting to heat the place up, I think. Pretty nice. Here we go. All right, there we are. Nice place to sit. You can see the outside TV from here. Here it's fine. All right, you can see it's pouring the rain. I think this is going to work. It's going to be pretty warm. I've got it on high right now. And this is one of those little buddy heaters. This is Big Buddy. Looks like one of their bigger ones, 2 tanks. Lit up really easy. It's got a blower on it. The blower's running. So we'll see how well it does. But right now, it's starting to feel warmer in here. I like it. All right. So here we go. Okay, it's Tuesday evening. It's time to cook dinner. It's cold, it's raining, and we're outside. The awning's out, and breakfast is about to be made on the Blackstone. Sausage, eggs, and toast. Okay, it's Wednesday afternoon. It's about 4:20, something like that, and it's dinner time. So I thought I would show you what we're going to have for dinner here, as I'm getting ready to fire up the griddle and get it hot enough to start cooking. And so you can see I've got the, oh, look at that, oh, look out, got the apron on. So we're ready to go. That way I don't ruin my clothes with grease like I do 99% of the time. Using this phone more than I'm using my camcorder, because it doesn't want to come on, so I'm not sure what the deal is with that. But so the camera's a little more clumsy. So anyway, let's take a look. All right. Yes, what's for dinner? Oh, yep, bacon and pancakes. That's what we're doing tonight. All right, hold on. I'm gonna flip around here, give you a little tour. Okay, make it easy. Aunt Jemima complete. And a couple of bottles of water to stir it up with in a nice bowl. And then, of course, some, in this case, a pound of Oscar Mayer. And this neat device here, which Blackstone happens to make for pancakes. You squeeze the trigger and it pours the pancake. The batter gives you some control of how much you put on there. Works really, really well. Just put it in there. So we'll mix it up, put it in here, and make our pancakes. And then we'll be ready to go. All right. Let's get dinner done. Okay. Looking good. Looking good. Mixed up, ready to go. Ready to go in the dripper thing. Look at that. Looking good. Look at that. Looking good. Well, it's Thursday morning at the campground, sitting here in the truck. I'm getting ready to go into work, deliver Meals on Wheels today. So that needs to be done because 80% of those people truly have no other resource. So we got to get that done. And it's not that far away. I'm about 15 minutes longer than if I drove in from the house. Sitting here today, it's absolutely a clear sky. I'll give you a view of that here in a second. And supposed to be 60. It's going to be a nice day. 65 tomorrow. Saturday, I think it's supposed to be 65 or 70. All sunny. So the rest of the trip is going to be all sunny, and so looking forward to that. Emily will be glad to get out and be able to ride her bike when she wants to and play outside without having to worry about the rain. That doesn't make her very happy. But been looking around. There's not a lot of campers. I'll show you. There's probably 8 or 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's probably 10 campers, 12 campers maybe. And so they're doing a good job at social distancing. The park is patrolling pretty heavy to make sure that that's done. I think, because they're in here a lot compared to what they normally are. And the campground host is much more active than any campground host I've ever seen. Really, just all over the place all the time. So that they're doing a good job. Of course, I got this message from somebody wanting to know how many New York cars were down here and taking over the campground. You know, and I said, well, you know, I don't see any. I see some Ohio plates. I see some Kentucky plates. I don't see any New York plates. Well, they said we heard that they had rented long-term 12 campsites just to these New Yorkers, and that was risky the way the COVID-19 was. And I said, well, you know, that probably not true, since there's not that many campers in the campground, and most of those are locals. So, you know, people just get excited. They get scared. You know, just listen to what's going on, listen to what you're supposed to do, and you'll be fine. Okay, with that being said, let's go back and take a look how beautiful today is. Watch this. See, it's a beautiful day in Kentucky. Beautiful day. Trees are starting to get that faint hint of green tint, and which causes the allergies to go nuts. We had dew this morning. You can see that on the top of the old tent there. But beautiful day. All right, we're off to work. We'll talk to you all later. See any minnows?
No.
This beautiful stream is literally across the street from the campground. Goes through the middle of the campground. It's beautiful. Beautiful. Good place to find minnows and crayfish, crawdads, as they may be called. Beautiful place. It's a beautiful day. You don't see any?
No.
Okay. Okay, imagine it's night. You got a fire running at this campground. And listen, just listen to the water. Man, could we take a nap like that? You think so?
Yeah.
I think it's mom and dad.
Yes. I don't know. They might be brother and sister, and their mom are letting them go out.
Oh, brother and sister's playing?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that could be, you know.
Or they might be two brothers, might be two sisters.
Oh, well, I never thought much about that. That's a good point. Could be brothers or sisters. Could they be twins? They look alike.
Maybe. Wait. See, that one got no dots and the other one doesn't got no dots.
Oh. Well, how about that? Okay, just to give you an idea of the general attitude of campers. A camper over on this side over here of us left today, and he gave us his firewood, so he didn't want to have to load it, so rather than just leave it lay, he come over and stacked it up for me. That's pretty nice of him, and we'll use it. Hey, this is a boat ramp. The boat docks, you can rent pontoons, john boats, canoes. A lot of kayakers come down here. Campground check-in is there. Beautiful place. Well, here's a new one. I've been evicted out of the campground. The governor, because of the COVID-19, has closed the campgrounds at all the state parks starting tomorrow night. So we'll be here tonight, and then we'll be heading back to the house. Looks like camping season is put on hold.
But how do you spell?
Good morning, everyone. It's Friday morning. It's a beautiful day. It's also the day we have to pack up and leave 2 days early. The governor was obligated to close the state park campgrounds, and I absolutely agree with him and understand. And so we're packing up and we're heading to the house. It's been a great trip. It has been a little different that we've not socialized at all with anybody. It's just been the three of us doing things, but it's been good. It's been good for everyone to get out of the house after almost 3 weeks. So we'll get packed up here and talk to you in a little bit. Okay, well, we're back home. Our first camping trip of the year was successful, even though the COVID-19 and this pandemic has cut it short. As I told you last night, the governor had to close the campgrounds and the lodges at all the state parks for the safety of the public. No mingling together in groups of any size is safe right now. Here in my town, there's a total of 15 cases right now, and yesterday we had our first death here in town. So that really brings it home. So it's understandable what he has done. It's getting widespread across the state, and so he's done a really good job stepping up and taking command and making the hard decisions. So I can't complain at all. I will tell you that we're home. It was interesting. There was a whole set of new rules to be able to camp by, because you waved at people or hollered at them from across the street high, but you didn't stand around and talk. You didn't stand around in any group. And, you couldn't use the bathhouses, so we used the camper, which was fine, because we didn't have any problem with that. Showers, the bathroom, and everything is fine inside the camper. So we did that, even though we did not have sewer hookup in the part of the state park, that campground that we were in. We did have electric, we did have water, so we got through just fine, and we dumped the tanks as we left this morning. So that is done, and that is probably the only chance we will get to ever camp during a pandemic, and I hope it's the only time we ever get to. It was good for a change of scenery for Emily and Shelley, and for myself, and we had a good time. Would love to have stayed 2 more days the way the reservation was, but we understand. So we're home, and we'll get this video put together and we'll share it with you. Thank you all very much.